Oh.
Yeah. God.
What do you think for Saturday's game? Will he start Maguire, who played really well, or will he bring Dillett in? Quiz time.
Right, so which of these three strikers scored on their debut?
I can just picture Josh zooming in on my face because I don't know.
Stop it.
We joked last week on the podcast, captain saying we're going to win the league, and we could.
Obviously, 2 weeks left, less than 2 weeks left of the window right now. Are United going to make a signing? Fuck off. Come on, don't try and disrupt away because you're nervous. United were top of the league for a night.
Did you enjoy it?
I did, yes.
How long has it been since we've been actually top of the league?
I think it was Solskjaer in December 2020.
Is it that long?
21,
We've not even had
something.
like a day or anything.
No, we've not, because every time Erik ten Hag has started the season, it's been absolute shite.
Well, maybe this is the start of a change.
Well, any result, i.e. a draw or a win against Brighton, and it will be Ten Hag's best ever start as a Manchester United manager.
Wow, doesn't take much then, does it?
No, it doesn't. That's how bad we've
I
started
like your
every
little
single
stat there.
time. You like that, yeah?
Statman ad.
Statman ad. Always remember the starts of the season. It's the same question I asked back at Old Trafford for the first time outside, remembering what it was like having had a couple of months off on a match day at night, not getting in till like near 1 o'clock, speaking to fans. But the general consensus was that Manchester United were better on the opening day than they have been on the previous 2 years. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay with me. I'm in agreement.
We're happy with that.
Yeah, why are you saying it like that? to
Nothing
me?
spectacular. Everybody, I feel, because of what's happened over the last 2 seasons, the good and then the complete drop-off of last season, I feel like everybody is just overly cautious with anything that's positive with Manchester United right now, especially on the pitch.
I did, from your vlogs, by the way, I didn't get that vibe, or from, I don't know, people.
You probably just watched Graham's.
No, but Graham was kind of like on the same page as how I felt a little bit, and it's like, I get that it's positive and we won and it's so much different to where we were, like you say, if the opening game last season was so bad. And I say this thinking, you know, at the end of the day, like we could grow and do even better and get better and better. We could make a couple more signings. We could win the league. Like we joked last week on the podcast, captain saying we're going to win the league, and we could. All I'm trying to say is, for me personally, I wasn't blown away with Friday. I was really pleased we got 3 points, and I'm not one of these like negative people who's just going to, you know, spout all the negatives about it. But I just feel like we watched the game and it was disappointing to start. We came into the game, we did a lot of good things. There's a lot of positives to come from it. But ultimately, I felt like we were going to draw. In 87 minutes, we managed to get that goal. But if we'd not have got that goal, it would have been a completely different story. And I think sometimes people just forget the overall performance and feeling because of a last-minute goal. But no, I'm happy. I know I don't sound it. I'm really happy we got the 3 points. And I just hope we can build from it. I just hope we can shift a couple of players that need shifting. And I hope we can get a couple of signings in, because it's like Casemiro played really well the other day, but we all know Casemiro can't play that good every single game, and I love Casemiro, so we need extra backup there. And in all honesty, I know there's a lot of talk about a left back, but I would sign a striker over a left back because I just feel like we still need more up front.
Do you feel like it is? I've listened to a lot of neutrals, let's just say, pundits, fans of other football clubs.
Never a neutral.
Listening to them talk about Manchester United and that game against Fulham, and all of them are exactly the same. I still don't know what they are.
What, Fulham?
No, United.
Yeah.
Like, every opposition fan looks at United and goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know. No one knows which way to go with United. It's right on a knife edge. It could just completely fall off a cliff, or it could take off. It's never changed.
It's a weird one, isn't it? And
It's
I know,
never
like last year,
changed.
Eric got a lot of stick because there was no style of play, and I think his response to that was, I can't have a style of play if I've not got the players I want. Now, for me, we've made some good signings this transfer window. If we do bring a couple more in, I don't want to hear that anymore, because you've got more than enough to have a playing style. And if teams like Brighton can come out and play the way they have with the amount of money they spend, there's absolutely no excuse for Manchester United to say we don't have a playing style and to not be playing certain teams off the pitch.
Yeah. Well, I was doing TalkSport before the game.
Was?
Back on TalkSport, talking to them. Everyone was bubbly. It was like the Friday was such a good feeling. Like Premier League was back. Talking to TalkSport early on in the day.
It was funny, you know, when you was on TalkSport. I don't know if you picked up on it, but Harry, who interviewed you kind of got to know through TalkSport. It was literally like this with the mic, like,
microphone
right
in my mouth. Yeah, it was like tastes nice.
You was like.
He is a great interview. He's dead bubbly. But you know, it all build up to it. Then meeting everyone again for the first time on my birthday and everything like that. The build up.
I'm sorry,
the vibe.
You have had like a 4-day birthday this last weekend.
Yeah, well, you started it by having the meal on Thursday. That wasn't my fault.
Why did we have the meal on Thursday, Adam?
Because United were playing on the bleeding Friday.
So is that my fault? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You wanted to do it then. So we started on Thursday, eating, drinking, carried it on Friday with the football.
I might get Josh to insert a picture of Adam's meal into the podcast video.
That was the meat one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've ate a lot over the last few days, so
you have it
could be.
Every picture I've took of you eating your food is the same as well, do it?
I did have that one.
Oh.
Yeah. It had full on match day vibes back. I'm just going to say, like, look, I didn't see any other lager on offer in Old Trafford. This has been an ongoing joke on FUTV. Apparently there is Madri on draft at Old Trafford that I've not even seen.
I don't know if this is true or someone's winding you up, but the guy who said it is like quite a
Two
genuine
people
guy.
have said it now, though. So I'm like, right, why am I missing this? Why is my part?
They've looked at where you sit and they've purposely made sure.
The only thing I could think of was it's because it's in the family stand and they haven't got draft beer yet. Like, there's plenty of dads in the family stand, you know, United. Like, we do need beer.
We do need beer.
God, like Carling, and it's never cold.
And it's
plastic
them
bottles.
Are not good, are they?
It's.
I don't think
shit.
I've ever enjoyed a beer at Old Trafford.
It's
I think
shit.
the last time I was there, I got a gin and tonic.
Yeah,
it was nice.
I bet it was. But yeah, into the game, everything was the same. Football was kind of the same. It was the worrying factor, like getting on again. One thing Ten Hag's teams do, like a late goal, don't they?
Yeah.
They know how to score late.
That's typical United, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, no, he's got that down. But it was a debutant who scored.
Yeah,
Joshua ZIRKZEE.
I thought McTominay had scored it. I had to watch it back a few times. It was like a bit of a trick of the
From
camera,
where we were
it?
sat, it looked like McTominay. Then we seen ZIRKZEE pulling off and celebrating. It was like, no, it's ZIRKZEE.
I bet he was fuming in a way when he was Scott, weren't you?
No, because I said this is. It would have backed everything up that I said about Scott. Yeah. This is what he's good for.
Yeah.
You need a goal, you bring him on.
I know, but if he'd have scored, so many people would come out then and say, like, we can't sell him. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I know that debate would have been going, but...
You know what, one thing you have said over the weekend that's really resonated with me, it's like, we're all buzzing after Friday with, like, top of the league, 3 points, and then everyone else's turn to play. And it's like Liverpool were up first, weren't they? And it's just like, it just seems so much easier for every other team. And it's like Brighton beating Everton 3-0 and then City 2-0 against Chelsea.
What I don't like about that, what you said there, it's dead right. It just stood out a mile. It's like, I know how Liverpool are going to play. I know how Brighton are going to play. City. I know how Arsenal are going to play. Villa even.
Haaland made like 3 passes the whole game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as he just keeps scoring. But he just stand there like that. Yeah, bang. Leading goal scorer again. I was speaking to a City fan
in work today because he was like winding me up about Eric Ten Hag. Because honestly, all other fans like think it's a joke. Think Ten Hag's a joke. I feel like I've got to stick up for him constantly. But I said, anyway, are you nervous? He went, nervous about what? I was like, City. He went, what, winning the league? I was just like, they're so cocky.
They don't know, do they? They just think they're going to get away with these charges and just carry on as normal.
I have got to be careful what I say now if I start slagging anyone off because people keep messaging me who keep seeing the podcast.
Well, it does start.
It's meant to be a secret.
When it gets popular, you're going to have to deal with this. You get plenty of people messaging you. Wait until the haters start kicking in. That's
I don't
when
know,
it's.
I don't want haters.
That's tough. So you're going to get it. It's inevitable. But debutants. Mazraoui, outstanding. De Ligt looked good when he came on. ZIRKZEE debut goal. It couldn't have gone any better.
Mazraoui was my favourite player because to think he'd just come in from a few days training and started the game and played that well, like it was so calm. I don't think he put a foot wrong.
He didn't. It was just the calmest. They're talking to Flex outside Old Trafford. It was the same. It was, yeah. Good to have a little bit of a Legends reunion going back on again. But it was the same thing with everybody. Like, we knew the type of right back Mazraoui was and what Ten Hag wanted compared to what he's been trying to get rid of in Wan-Bissaka. Like, we love Wan-Bissaka, but there's no control to his game, and Mazraoui made that very clear. Like, he proved a point for Ten Hag, I think, in that game, and why he brought him in. Composure, never looked under pressure, always comfortable, always available. He knew where to be, read the game well. It was like, God, it was just a simple transfer like that, what we've been missing all this time.
It wasn't even a lot of money, was it?
No,
cheap
it's just
as
like,
chips.
God.
What do you think for Saturday's game? Will he start Maguire, who played really well, or will he bring Dillett in?
I think he'll bring Dillett in. You can't afford to play Maguire against Brighton. He's not comfortable enough on the ball.
Yeah.
Not for that high press.
It's a bit hard because he did play well, but I'm with you.
Well, everyone's been loving our little quizzes that we do on the podcast, and I've got a debutant-themed one coming up.
Can I have some evidence of the fact that people have loved it?
Well, we had over like 40,000 on that short video viewed. And then last week's rock, paper, scissors went down well. So I'm back again with another one, putting Caz on the spot. So what I've made a few questions actually, just to make it easy for you, and everyone can play along as well. But Manchester United debutant goal scorers, obviously in the week of ZIRKZEE. Yes.
Okay.
Debut goal scorers. Okay, so I'm going to make this easy. There's a few. I'll go through how many there actually is at the end. You'd be amazed at some of the names. So, which of these three strikers scored on their debut? Fuck off. Come on, don't try and disrupt away because you're nervous.
You know what I love more than anything? The fact that you've got to say that you're 43, are you?
Yeah, fuck off. Right, get back to the quiz in hand. Okay. Stop taking the piss, you.
Right, quiz time.
Right, so which of these three strikers scored on their debut? Cavani, Chicharito, or Robin van Persie? Which one of them three strikers scored on his debut?
Do you remember this?
I remember all the debuts.
How did you do that?
So I know.
Van Persie.
Correct, Amundo.
Was it?
Against Fulham, believe it or not, at Old Trafford on the opening day. Just like Joshua ZIRKZEE.
Scoring his debut.
He also scored. Everyone who's Dutch,
with my knowledge there,
everyone who's Dutch and a striker who comes to United scores against Fulham at Old Trafford on his debut. That's an interesting stat for you there. Okay. Which of these midfielders, this is tougher, scored on his debut? Herrera, Nicky Butt, or Daniel James?
Dan James.
What game?
I don't know. Leeds.
You only picked him because he stood out a mile, didn't they?
I just remember. I can't pick out what he did, but I remember it.
He scored, and then he got absolutely.
He had a great start, didn't he?
He got lambasted for scoring a consolation goal when United were going for the win. I think it was an equaliser, and he was celebrating like United had won something.
But to be fair, it is a great feeling.
Yeah, right. Okay, here we go. Not the last question. I've got two more. This one.
Isn't this the third one?
Yeah, this is the third one.
Right, okay.
And what number is it?
3.
Yeah, right. How many Manchester United Academy players have scored on their debut? You've got 3 options. 1, 6 or 3.
1, 6 or 3.
How many, and they are academy graduates only, that have come through the academy
in any
and
years
scored
or
in
ever?
Premier League era.
Oh.
So from 92 onwards, how many academy players have come through and scored on their debut?
I'm thinking like Makeda didn't he, as well? Federico.
You go through quite a few of them, to be honest.
I'm going to go 6.
6 would be wrong.
Is it 3 then?
It's 3. Do you want to know who scored?
Yeah.
Players who scored: Makeda, good one, well done. Aston Villa, last minute.
Rashford.
Paul Scholes,
right.
The League Cup debut against Port Vale.
Okay.
And Marcus Rashford. Who is the manager for Marcus Rashford?
Solskjaer.
Louis van Gaal's with me.
I was going to say Mourinho next. Why is my mic just fell on me? What are you doing over there?
Right, yeah, let's point your mic a little bit towards you so you've got it.
Like a pointy mic.
Right, okay, we got another question for you. Okay, youngest player to score on his debut.
Have I got to guess the age or the player?
No, just guess the player. I think this is obviously down the line.
Out of someone?
No, this is down the line of what we've just been talking about. Academy players. Obviously, because it's the youngest one.
You're
Who's
really
the
mean
youngest?
giving me this one. This is too hard.
No, it's not. And you'll kick yourself if you get it wrong.
Youngest player to score.
I'll give you a little clue. Just think of the academy players.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm thinking of the academy players. Can I have an actual clue?
That is a clue.
Right, so no clue.
Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager.
I can just picture Josh zooming in on my face because I don't know.
Stop it.
Oh, this is really annoying. Did it come after the class of 92?
Yes.
Danny Welbeck?
No.
Right.
It was Makeda, who you'd already guessed. That's why I thought you'd
That's
get
a
it.
stupid question. Right.
17 years old and 227 days. How many United players scored on their debut in the Premier League era in total? Just have a guess. How many?
How many players in total, any player in Premier League? 12?
Very close. 13. I'll roll off some of the names for you now. You won't believe some of these.
Disappointed, to be honest.
You don't. Who is the most famous debutant goal scorer, do you reckon?
Rooney?
Yes, I said the same thing. A hat-trick
Yep,
on his debut. Everyone remembers
game.
that. Marcus Rashford scored twice against Midtjylland
Yeah.
on his debut for Louis van Gaal.
remember that.
One of my favourites of all time, Zlatan against Bournemouth away. He scored. Anthony Martial, the famous goal against Liverpool.
Tony Martial.
Makeda, who you've mentioned, that famous goal against Aston Villa in 2009.
Yep.
Ruud van Nistelrooy against Fulham. 2001. That was 3-2, and Louis Zaha outshone him in that game for Fulham. I remember it very well. Romelu Lukaku against Real Madrid in the Super Cup.
Right.
Not many people will get that one. Dan James, who we mentioned, is one that no one would probably get unless you're a real United fan.
Well, I am a real United fan.
Nick Powell. Do you even know who he is?
Yeah, I know the name.
You know the name?
Did it come through with like Nicky Butt and everyone?
No. We bought him.
Did we?
Yes.
I am a real United fan, I promise.
We bought him from Crewe.
Oh,
He
yeah,
used
that
to play.
rings a bell. 'Cause I used to play for Crewe.
He used to play for Crewe. Josh, no, not that one. Paul Scholes, obviously, we talked about. And our man himself, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, against Blackburn in '96.
bless
He scored 2 in that game. They were good finishes as well. There was a trick one in here. Who in 2021 scored on his debut?
Why is it a trick one?
You'll find out in a second.
I don't know.
2021, just think it's not long ago. Straight after COVID. Who do you think could be?
Debut 3 years ago. Oh, this really annoys me because everyone will know the answer.
Do you know the answer? Cristiano Ronaldo, the second coming.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I'd have
it's
been
a
here
trick
all
one.
day, to be honest.
You would have. Nah, you did well there.
Right, we've got to stop these quizzes.
No,
It
we're
makes
not.
me look really stupid.
Everyone loves the quizzes. They like seeing your face going. And Josh is editing close-up view of Caz. But good to be back. You were talking then about players talking about Manchester United making signings. Obviously, 2 weeks left, less than 2 weeks left of the window right now. Are United going to make a signing? Caz?
Yeah, definitely.
Who?
I think we're going to make at least one this week. That's my prediction. So by next week's podcast, we'll have another new player in or there around.
Okay.
And I think we're going to sell 2 players this week, being bold.
That's not actually being bold because we know that Facundo Palestri is probably going to go.
Yeah, Scott could still take some time.
Gee, to tell you what, Scott McTominay's price is going up right now in this little bit of a bidding war going on.
I did see something before, though, that apparently Scott's not that keen on Fulham, so I hope that's a dodgy report. That'll scupper everything. Surely they've not got this far, and then he says he don't want
No,
them.
one report said that he's desperate to stay in the Prem, and one report said he's not keen on Fulham.
Yeah, and last week it was his first choice is Napoli, so
Yeah.
it's like, make your mind up.
It's not even him, it's just the reporting. I made a big deal.
I saw a comment on one of your videos from yesterday, and someone come on and was like, Adam, you've been wrong with every video, all your videos have been wrong. And I'm like, are you making these predictions, Adam, or are you just like reporting on what's coming out?
What have I been wrong with?
No, but anyway, do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You're not Romano.
Yeah, we said this on one of the other podcasts. It's like people expect me to bring them the facts and know exactly what's going on. We're just talking about it as fans.
Yeah.
And
there's a report that says this.
Yes.
This is my opinion on it.
Yeah, like...
I'm not trying to be
have
right
a little
or
think
wrong.
about it. Have a little think about it. We're discussing what's actually happening right now.
I would say 99% of our subscribers are very rational, normal, level-headed.
Oh, but you've got some bloom pots, haven't you, though?
We love a bloom pot, don't we?
You do. I can be a bit of a bloom pot, especially when United are playing. To be honest, the game against Fulham didn't really bring any moments up.
You've had a few rants this weekend, and now I can't remember what your rants were about.
Lindelof, and Lindelof.
You told me an hour ago you don't want to talk about Lindelof anymore.
I did. I don't want to talk about Lindelof anymore. But, no, we're not going to talk about Lindelof. Let's not do it. We're moving closer to the end of the transfer window, like we just said, but I just look at it now and I go, Chelsea, where they're at, I don't fancy them right now. No. They could get it right, but looking at that top four, from what you've seen, if anyone makes any more significant signings off the back of that first weekend, how's it looking for you? What's your top four sort of prediction? Can you see United squeezing in? I did this question, didn't I, the other day to people?
Do you know what, honestly, like my honest answer is I don't know. Like, I feel like I need to see a few more games. I feel like Liverpool have looked good in pre-season and have obviously started quite well. And I feel like if they add, they could be quite dangerous. But it's like I said a minute ago, it's like, really, that could be like a good start and then they could just drop off. Chelsea, it's like, for how many players they've got, I honestly think they're chaos. Like, their club is an absolute mess.
Listening to the radio this morning, all they've been talking about is just Chelsea and what they do, and fans
how
just
they
like
treat the players and everything.
It's just madness, and it really is. But
I'm like, you know what, you can say what you want about United now. The club's been run over the last few years, but Chelsea is bad. I wouldn't want to be a Chelsea fan.
No, I mean, you're supposed to see the excitement of not knowing what's actually going on, but I actually think that the team that they lined up with yesterday was decent. I just thought,
but
they just need the right blend.
We've learned over years, if your culture and kind of the feeling within the club isn't right, I don't think you're going to. Well,
when you've got an issue that they've had all the way through the summer, who with an active racist in their side,
and then he gets
given the captain, you're setting a bit of a tone, aren't you, for.
One thing I do feel about United is I do feel like they're a good unit and they all get along, and I actually do think they quite like the manager. I think personally, if I was there, I don't think I'd dislike Ten Hag. I think I just get frustrated because I find him so difficult to listen to. Like, I don't fully understand everything he says, and I think if I was on the training field, that would be difficult. But maybe now bringing in Rude and different coaches, that'll really help. So I don't know, but I do feel like the players are all in it together. There's a good feeling around. Yeah,
there is, and I think, you know what, like, that's come across in me. I think on the channel, I think that's the positive vibes are coming across. People are still fighting me as to why I'm being so positive about Ineos and what they've done so far. But
one you got
to my
today
guns.
was, why do you keep saying Ineos?
Yeah, like
just like the word, don't you?
That is what they are. It's like, what am I supposed to call you? Like Caz. Like, people pick up on anything. Like, if you keep repeating something because you're talking about a subject, it's bound to happen, isn't it? You're bound to repeat it.
It is a little bit weird, I suppose, when you take a step back and think that we're calling them Ineos when it's United.
We said this last week. We said, look, it's because we're so not used to actually being run properly. We feel like there's just different entities come into the club and helping United run properly. So I think we'll get used to it in time. But I think we're trying to separate the good from the bad still within our own psyche. Like, within ourselves, we're like, no one at United really deserves credit. So let's give credit to the new people because they're the ones that have really changed it. So we, like, in my head, I'm like constantly like, you don't deserve praise because you've been doing a shit job.
A really nice, like, well-run structure.
No, we are good.
Feels right, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And I think, like I said, like, I feel a confidence in it and I feel the positive in it. We'll see how that is after Brighton. Obviously, that's going to be a different sort of.
It's going to be weird. Like, my expectations for the season are, if we don't make top four, I'm not actually going to be like hugely disappointed. I do feel like this is going to take time. No, I know you are, but I've said this for ages and I'm sticking by it. I want to enjoy watching my team again, and if we come fifth, we've played some great football and I see improvements and I see we're in the right direction. I'll take that.
Does that mean scoring goals to you? Because we don't score enough bleeding
We've got
goals.
to start scoring goals. I mean, to be honest, we're not going to win if we don't start scoring goals anyway. So, but I just want to see some good football.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you on that.
I don't want
just
to be
to have the
afraid to go
enjoyment.
to Brighton and Crystal Palace.
The enjoyment factor needs to come back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it does. But yeah, I've been busy.
You've been busy.
Very. Done another podcast, another channel, going in depth. Going in depth about a lot of stuff like my life, build up, business, channel, things behind the scenes, stuff like that. So that's coming out soon.
I don't
so
even
that'll be
know
interesting.
about this. I'll have to watch it.
And then I've been invited to another one.
You must have done well.
Yeah, it must have come across well. Another one that's ranked, I think, 11th right now in the business sector, an entrepreneur sector.
Podcasting all the time.
I tell you that went on for ages. That podcast. I've not done anything that long for a while.
Yeah.
But no, really interesting to talk about the other side of it and someone asking you questions rather than being the host.
Yeah.
It is a completely different world. So yeah, we've got a couple of different bits of content coming up as well. New sponsors for the channel as well come in, which is good. Not the socks, no, not the socks yet. The socks are coming, beware, but they're coming. The football prizes has been good.
Oh, it's good, the football prizes. What's this week's prize, by the way?
It's not been announced yet, but a little sneak preview. It could be something signed and authenticated by Matthias de Ligt. So that'll be a good one.
Ooh.
Very
I quite
interesting.
like the Manu one last week. I was a bit disappointed, didn't we?
Yeah, I know that it's all changed because people are actually looking for these things and going, that's worth something now. Like last season, no one would have gone.
They tried to do a Rashford one, and I was like, bad timing.
Yeah, like seriously, read the room.
Yeah,
it's not the right way to go, but yeah, it feels like it's closer to football. No game for you this weekend, but a game for Frankie. But when you told me who she was playing, I went, I remember that team. And what was the score?
It was like 6-0 or something.
8-0.
8-0, yeah. I just maybe forgot after 6.
8-0, but they have.
It's so hard with grassroots football because obviously you've got to be encouraging and you know they're just kids and you don't want, but it's so hard to watch and like not be angry. I have to turn away quite a lot. But it's like, no, it's all right, girls, keep your heads up. So I just said to them all at half time, it's not about the score. It's about learning to play nine-a-side and just enjoying it and getting back to playing. And then they just bombard you with a million questions.
Yeah,
don't listen
and then
to
conceded another 5 goals in a second.
To be fair, though, we didn't have our goalkeeper, and a lot of kids were on holiday, so we had to draft in other players from the other team. So
it's horrible
we
pre-season,
and we were playing probably the best team from the league last season. So
it
is what it is. But I tell you what, it was weird them playing 9-a-side, like because they've been 7-a-side last season.
Yeah, 7-a-side, bigger
pitches,
pitch,
bigger goals. I was like,
yeah,
they're going to be tired.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rude awakening for the girls, I'm afraid.
Need a few more.
Yeah, they need practice. Games. Need practice, bit like you and your team as well. They need a bit of practice. Glad you've got a couple of weeks off.
You and your team.
Yeah, well, I have to be fair to them, don't I?
No, I need practice.
Yeah, so a week off, which is good.
Got 2 weeks off, I think.
Oh yeah, because we're actually Liverpool.
I'm not
week after.
I'm missing a game to go to Liverpool.
As you should.
My reasoning behind that is I'm going to miss loads during the season because we're going to.
Well, it's only pre-season, isn't it?
So that one game pre-season I'm missing. I'm watching Liverpool.
What comes first?
Beat again.
What comes first? The team you play for or the club you support?
It's a difficult
one. There's a game on at the same time. What's first?
What do you mean in terms of do I play or do I go to United?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a difficult one because if it was a one-off...
Pubs, food...
Adam kicking off.
Beer.
Standing outside for hours doing match vlogs in the cold.
Cheering. Last minute winner.
Getting to the game 4 hours before everyone else.
Then seeing Maguire start. Yeah, go play.
No, if it was the occasional Sunday, I'd probably pick United, but because this season it's going to be quite a few Sundays, I think I've just got to say, look, I'm playing and I'm not watching, and I'm watching. You're committing to the team. Yeah.
You star player, you've got to.
I'm not the star player.
I'm going to keep saying it because everyone started watching the podcast now, so I wanted to see what face and reaction you did. Because you know there's a few that watch now, so.
Yeah, definitely not going to call myself the star player then, am I?
Yeah, you are.
No.
I'll do it and then get you in trouble with everyone else. But no, it feels, football does feel back, thankfully.
Do you know what else feels like it's back? Like autumn.
Yeah, football season starts, you may get a good opening day It's notorious for like sunny weather, isn't it?
Our friendly, not last Sunday, the one before, and it was 26 degrees and absolutely, I couldn't even run. It was that hot. And now this week I was like 15 degrees. I could have played today. It'd been all right.
It's dropped. Temperatures dropped massively. No, it is like the season is the season killer. As
and
in,
if you go in Home Bargains, they've got all the Halloween stuff out.
Don't even go there. Like Frankie was singing Christmas songs in the car today.
Yeah, she just had to wind you up though.
No, but it's been. It's one of them. I've always noticed it as well. You get a nice warm opening day of the Premier League season, and then that's it. It's done. After that, it turns to shit, and the weather goes back to normal.
We've got a few days away next week, so we'll just have to see.
You're right. It does feel like autumn. Yeah. It does, but hey, we make the most of it wherever we go, don't we? Anyway, but yeah, we've got a really busy week coming up. Obviously, we're away next week, but this week we're off to Alton Towers as well. Fight some more roller coasters.
Yay.
Try and get Caz on the Smiler.
I will not be going on any roller coaster. Definitely not the Smiler. Like never in a million years.
There's going to be plenty to talk about next week anyway. But you know what? I'm looking forward to the week because I've got a feeling the weekend is going to be stressful football wise. I hate Brighton. This is the first time.
You're saying that we're going to get beat by Brighton.
It's only because of the opening day. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if you watch Brighton, they weren't fantastic. It kind of helped him when Ashley Young had a brain meltdown and pulled Matoma back and got that red card. But they weren't brilliant. Everton were more than in the game.
Well,
so
it is where the tests start coming for me because we should be going to Brighton. We should be winning.
Liverpool at home after that. We'll find out where we're at before this transfer window ends.
Let's just go beat them again.
Well, the only thing that goes against us now is Klopp's not there. I feel confident playing Klopp, but this new guy, Arne Slot, I'm like, ugh.
I don't know if you've seen his pose in his kit or he's like that.
He knows how to rock the old runway, doesn't he? Two Baldy's best Dutchman on the sideline it'll be as well. Anyway, that's 2 weeks away. Let's not even concern ourselves. Concentrate on Brighton and what's coming with that. But it's will be the first time that I've actually gone to Brighton in a while.
How do you feel about that?
Not really bothered.
You're all right.
Yeah,
I think
the journey is going to do me.
You were dead on Saturday morning after Friday night, so I think you're going to have to ease yourself in.
That was like a shock to the system.
It's not easy when you're 43.
Not easy when you're 43. No, stop taking a mick. Honestly, it's been a testing weekend. Like getting used to it. We will get used to it again.
Been pretty tired,
but absolutely, like battered, aren't we?
We don't give ourselves too much to do.
True, but it's busy and we're doing well, so that's why.
Long may it continue.
Yes, long may it continue. Anyway, you didn't tell me about your top four.
What top
prediction?
Four? Was I meant to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said I really don't know, so that's my answer.
No. Answer. Come on, play the game.
Top four prediction.
Everyone on the watch along against City Chelsea watch along give their top four predictions, so you've got to do it as well.
But I hate doing this because I don't want to even talk about Man City.
Because we're going to clip this up. We're going to clip this up when it comes back to the end of the season. So this is what it's all about. This is when you put yourself on the line.
But I'm always one of them eternal optimists, like United fans, that always puts us up there. So.
Do you want me to give mine first?
No, I'm going to go for it. Right, I'm going to say. I'm going to put Arsenal at the top just because I can't stand City. I'm going to put Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, United, and City have got relegated.
Okay, yeah. No, but it could always happen.
Yeah.
Like the 115 charges.
That is me putting that out there.
Could come in. Be interesting to see how
get what's coming to them.
City fans melt if these charges do get upheld.
Look, I want to support someone else.
You said that one. But no, I'm with you on the teams. It is going to be officially. It'll be Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, and then if City do get done over, then I reckon it will be Chelsea. Of the carnage and everything that's going on, if they get it right and they get a striker, Chelsea will be dangerous. I think Champions League's going to scupper them.
Yeah.
It's like Champions League takes a lot out of you. Like everyone goes on about Thursday and Sunday games in the Europa League, but that intensity,
to it as well.
The intensity of the Champions League and the teams you're playing and how switched on you've got to be, it takes it out of teams, I feel, and they will struggle just because of that. And I'm not saying that they're bad. I think they've had a good start. They were impressive against West Ham. I think they're better than us right now, but I think the Champions League will definitely take it out of them. So just missing out.
Well, thank you for putting me on the spot again twice now with the quiz and then my top 4 predictions when you know I don't like doing it.
It all makes good viewing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's important. But yeah, let us know what you think. See if you got anywhere near the questions I asked with the debut goal scorers. What's your top 4? Get them comments in as well below. Do you agree with me and Caz on that one? Do you think City will get relegated? Let's all touch wood, hoping that they do.
Don't know if it's real.
Yeah, where was it from? I don't matter. Never mind. Guys, cheers for tuning in again. Get your comments in. Obviously, hit the subscribe button. Give the video a like and let us know what you think. Your feedback is important, of course, to us, and we get great ideas from it as well.
We do. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Was that episode 17, all right?
17.
17. Yeah.
It's getting too high now to keep up with everything.
That's it. We're doing all right. We're stuck by it. Cheers, everyone.